Okay, hi and welcome to the next edition of Chats with JK, and I'm always excited when we have a team member involved, and so I'm pleased to introduce Hetal Patel, who is an Associate Advisor at BetterCo. Welcome, Hetal.
Hi.
How you going?
Good, thank you.
That's good, that's good. Now today we're going to talk about a product or service that we've been using at BetterCo for a while now, and Hetal is leading the charge with a lot of our clients. It's in the tax planning and tax management part of the business and using that with our clients. But before we get to that, Hetal, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the history of you and BetterCo and your journey that you've had with us?
So I started as a grad, fresh out of uni, 4 years ago. I worked closely with Alistair as I started off, and then Vinay, and then alongside Nurin and you as well.
Yes.
And worked my way up to be a senior accountant and now an associate advisor. So
all right. So 4 years, it's gone pretty quickly for you then?
Definitely.
Yeah, and so this was your only accounting firm that you've worked for? Oh, you're very lucky, aren't you?
Yep.
That's good. And you would have learnt a lot over the years, especially those mentors that you've mentioned, Alistair in the early days and Vinay for sure, which
Definitely.
is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. So let's go to this tax planning and tax management. I'm hearing quite a bit about it around the office. How did it all come about?
I guess it was a product that came about to help solve a problem for most of our clients. So everyone expects their accountants to help with tax, which is what they do, but we wanted to be a bit more proactive with it rather than reactive. I guess standard accountants just tell you what tax you've got to pay based on standard uplift, if everyone knows about that, provisional tax, for example. But yeah, we don't think that's good enough. We think that there needs to be a bit more of a proactive solution around looking at tax throughout the year.
Yeah, right.
Compared to just looking at it when the prov tax dates come up.
Yeah, cool. So with the clients that you're doing this with currently, how does it work? How often do you sort of meet? Does it vary across the clients?
Yeah, definitely varies. So we've got 1 monthly, 2 monthly or quarterly at the moment. It usually aligns with whether our clients are on performance reporting or not.
Yes.
So if you're on bi-monthly performance reporting, your tax review, tax planning is also done bi-monthly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so, and we'll get to a bit of that. I'll ask a bit more about the performance reporting piece.
Yep.
But as far as the actual product itself or the sheets, how does that work? You know, can you sort of try and, I mean, we will probably be able to give some examples of what it looks like after this chat. But what does it look like and how has it evolved over time?
It's evolved a lot. So we've definitely had a few versions come out, but the whole piece starts off with us looking at your year-to-date performance, not just looking at what happened last year, but looking at what's happening now, and then also forecasting the rest of the year to see where you will be at the end of March or your balance date, and then we estimate the provisional tax during the year off of that, and then also your shareholder salaries, for example, individual tax payments that are due. Yes. So we look at it as a whole group rather than just entity basis.
Yeah, great. And that all comes through, and I've seen it, and it's kick-ass, I must say. But it's all done on one sheet, and then you work through that with the clients on a regular basis. Yeah, that's great. And another piece of that sheet as well, because I remember looking at it, and it is bloody awesome. But it helps with cash flow as well, and is it helping with the clients setting aside the tax money throughout the year as well? Can you talk to that a little bit?
So we don't just give you the amount that you're expected to pay at provisional tax date or even during the year. We help you make a cash flow plan as well to make sure that you've got enough when those payments come up. We understand that obviously there are seasonal trends for some businesses. It's easier to save some months than it is for other months. So we put that in our cash flow plan for you. So that if you follow that, you should be sweet when it comes to tax payment time.
Amazing. So just coming back to those performance reports then, so for the clients that you're doing this with, as you've said, it could be monthly, bi-monthly or quarterly. So you'll prepare with the help of the team, the performance reports for each of those periods,
Yep.
and then off the back of that, that drives the amounts that go into the sheet.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. So what size clients do you think would use this system that we've developed?
I don't think it's based on size. I reckon anyone could use it.
Yes.
Whether you're a small mum and dad company or whether
Yes.
you've got 5 entities that you're looking after.
Yes.
It's beneficial for anyone, for
Yeah,
sure.
right. That's amazing. And so just on that, it'll be driven, and I suppose some of these sheets that you've presented to your clients will be quite different because it's
Yeah.
tailored to each client, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So for some clients, we look at dividend strategy in the tax plan. For some, we don't. It really depends on your circumstance.
Yeah. So is one of the key components to actually presenting the forward plan, if you like, based on existing trade, but then forecast as well? So you're
sure.
looking at forecasts that you've prepared, and are
Yeah.
you re-looking at those every sort of month, 2 months, quarterly as well?
Definitely, yeah. So every time we do the plan for you, we are re-looking at forecasting the rest of the year. Things have changed. Obviously, things come up during the year that you may not have thought of. So we adjust for all of that.
Yeah, so it's based on real trade at real time,
Definitely.
depending on when you're meeting with the clients. Yeah, that's amazing. Now, I spoke recently, was the last chat with Sarah from Let's Talk. Now, she was talking around the AIM returns, so this is quite different to AIM.
Definitely.
I suppose, can you explain those differences a little bit for me?
Yep, so with AIM, obviously it's monthly or bi-monthly filing based on your year-to-date performance. The AIM return calculates how much tax you need to pay,
Yes.
and it forecasts out what it expects you to be at the end of the year.
Yes.
Whereas with the tax planning, it's a bit more flexible, I would say.
Okay.
We do that for you. We don't. It's not a standard calculation, for example. We can put in the factors that AIM doesn't really look at,
Yes.
like lower, like seasonal trends and whatnot.
Yes.
And we give you the flexibility of using tax pooling to make tax payments as
yeah, of
well.
course.
Whereas with AIM, you're expected to pay on time and always in full. So
Yes. Yeah. And that's a really good point with the tax pooling. So for those that are out there now that haven't even heard of tax pooling, can you maybe explain a little bit about what tax pooling's about?
yeah, so there's 2 sides of it. The first side is depositing. Essentially, you put your tax money into the tax pool. And it sits there instead of going to IRD. And that gives you a bit of flexibility in terms of being able to take out that tax money if you need it during the year. Whereas once you pay IRD or provisional tax, you don't usually get that back. The other side of tax pooling is being able to purchase or finance tax if you are short on cash.
Yes.
So it gives you that assistance as well.
I suppose it's pretty powerful stuff really, because you're meeting with your clients on a regular basis and you're going through this all of the time. So
Yeah.
I suppose a traditional accounting firm will look, as you've suggested, provisional tax, which is paying tax 3 times a year based on previous year or even the year before plus an uplift.
Yeah.
So it's really taking a number and plucking it out of the sky. And so this system that you're going through with your clients right now, does it give them peace of mind?
I would say so, definitely.
Yeah.
It gives them a bit more confidence and clarity and I guess just knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I suppose that's probably one of the major benefits, is that you are meeting with your clients on a regular, you're providing performance reporting and then providing this tax planning report for them on a regular basis. Is there any other advantages that you're seeing come from providing this report and this system to your clients?
I guess it also helps, well, with companies, you're paying tax from company funds. So it helps you, when you're able to forecast what your tax payments are looking like, you're able to also make operational decisions based on the cash that's in the business.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think that's invaluable.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think the key, and I think I've said it a couple of times already, it's that regular check-ins and knowing what your cash flow position is.
Yeah.
So is it giving people, in the feedback that you get from having these regular meetings with your clients, is it giving the clients a peace of mind every time you sort of meet with them? What's the sort of reaction and the feelings that our clients are showing you when you catch up with them?
They're definitely getting peace of mind. I find that they're more grateful than anything. just because they know what's happening and they know that we're also on top of it. They're not just going to get a letter from us to say, hey, you've got this tax due, pay it if you can, otherwise forget about it. It's more of a partnership, I would say, with us and them. We want to help them, we want to come up with solutions if they can't make the payments. So it's just being proactive.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard being an accountant because you're the person that's giving the message out to these people that they've got all of this tax to pay.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so that's it can be scary just to even like have that discussion with our clients sometimes. So meeting on a regular, being in the forefront of their minds all of the time and looking at their cash flow just helps a lot.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, well, shoot. Is there anything else that you think you can add to this system? Like, I suppose like the one thing that I would say, and then you can maybe add to this, is that I think this is suitable for all clients, all sizes and shapes, you know, just to give that clarity around their position and their forward planning and cash flow. Would you agree?
Definitely. It's size doesn't matter. I would say even if you wanted it just one off, then that's also fine. Like, have a go, see if it works for you. You could do it once and then we could maybe revisit it in 6 months' time if things have changed, and then after that, if it works, you'll know.
Yeah, cool. So what I might finish with now, Hetal, is that I think because you've got this template that you guys have developed over a period of time, I think it would be quite good to share with the people, both existing clients and new clients that are coming on to BetterCo, a template, block out all the names obviously for privacy reasons, but I think that would be quite helpful. So is that something that you'll be able to help us with?
Definitely, just let us know. Like us an email probably, and we can share that.
All right, well I think that's about it. That was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Not too bad.
Okay, until next time. Thanks, Hetal, for your time.
Thanks, JK.
Awesome.